Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. This is the time that it's kind of really right now low of the day. That our president is speaking um, on the White House lawn right now. Market is sort of in grind mode. I mean, you can catch a few scalp shorts on the downside. Nothing too we had some earlier China negative tariff news that gave us some nice pulls and bounces off the YYs, Baidus, and WBs. So this morning, as always, my routine, I get up at 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. I set my alarm, interesting enough, at 4, but it just seems I'm always up before the alarm even hits. It's just an automatic for me. And then I just start turning on the TV and all the news wires, Bloomberg and CNBC, and I just start listening. And I'm kind of, just starting to get myself going. I get a glass of water, and I just start looking at scans. And my scans are Briefing and Newswire. I'll look at some of my important Twitter feeds and see what they're saying in the morning, because a lot of them are on the East Coast or overseas, and so they can catch on things before they hit over here. So, and then I just really start to compile a list. And if you get my one-on-one, or you're part of my one-on-one, I have a 2-hour webinar that I actually show you step by step how I go through the process of selecting trades. And if you buy that webinar, I believe I give you 1 month free to the room. But lately, I've been really just helping traders that are already current subscribers, and as long as they've been here 2 months or more, I tend to throw that at them, because I think it really helps. I think for me as a trader, I really designed what I find every day to give solid moves, trades that will last most of the day or most of the afternoon, that you can buy the dip and just get a long all-day move to the upside, or a long all-day fade, depending on the news, how it arrives. In my world, day trading is about events. And you know, charts, reading, I've said this many times, reading charts and overlaying them over the news events allows a technical trader to figure out, from a technical standpoint, where the stock should stop, where it should curl, where it should go. Me, I'm a news event guy, so I traded most of these stocks over the last 16 years. So each a gap up and gap down, I can actually look at the stock, and without the lines or the technical analysis, I can actually predict where the stock will start and stop. I can predict where the stock will go to, where you should get out. Um, I can read the stock better by reading the event. And again, I would say 99.9% of the chat rooms today do not trade the news or the events. And I find it kind of interesting too, because those same rooms, if something hits the wire, they either long or short. And I think to myself, I'm sorry, but why are you playing that stock on a news event? I thought you teach your room to don't play those. And a lot of rooms will not. And I've noticed this over the years. A lot of rooms, let's just say an FDA came out and banned something on smoking. Okay, do you realize that there's 3 or 4 stocks that would just get pulled on that? I mean, massive. And a chat room like ours would go in there and just play the bounce for 1 to 2 points, or shred the stock and eyeball it and nail it for like 6, 8, 9 points. But other rooms won't touch it because they don't trade news or events. You see that? And I kind of find that really kind of baffling, in day trading, because to me, the more you understand a movement of a stock and why it's going to move, yes, again, technical side is really great to know. There's nothing wrong with it. And the more technical as you get as a trader, um, the more the more you can kind of eyeball where the stock is going to go and why, right? But at the same token, um, for me as a person that deals with mostly news events, and then adding the technical side to it, you can actually really get a very nice clairvoyance where that stock is going to go. And what that means by that is you can do size. I'm going to give you a stock case in point. Okay, I'm going to show you a stock. I want you to scroll down to our notable call today. We have notables. Notables are like calls that I want to add to our list of 12. To me, some of them are just as good, if not better. But yesterday, I made it very clear live on webinar that, and you can hear the webinar from yesterday, that Derm was going to do an offering. All right, they were going to do an offering today or last night. I could just sense it, and I actually told you they were going to probably do between 100 and 120 million on the offering. And on top of that, I actually told you they're going to probably price it between 10 and 12 the way they're holding the stock up. If they do 100 million, that means they're only going to do roughly about 8 to 10 million shares. On a stock that did 50 million, it won't budge the stock. So yesterday, people were asking me in the chat room, AJ, if you know an offering is coming, can I short the stock? And you know what I said? No. Why? Because I predicted by the amount of the shares that were traded, I predicted the stock would only do about $100 million worth. And go back to yesterday's webinar. It says it right here. Just click on there. It's right here. And you will actually tell you on the webinar, right here from yesterday, you can just click right here, this one right here, and it says they are going to do an offering, and do not short into the offering. And the reason is because the offering is going to be a very minute size, so the stock really won't come down. So today, once I knew that news after hours yesterday, I told everyone, guess what? Today, the stock is going to dip below 12. When it does, I want you to long the stock. And then I'm going to take the stock to $14. I want you to think about it for a second. I want you to think, just sit back and think for a second. Put away your Apples, your Facebooks, your Amazons, your Boeings, all right? And let's just say you focused in on one stock today, and you wanted to make a good hit on something where you can make $1,000. Today you got up with this attitude, I want to make $1,000. All right. What is the good play where I can get up? I want to do 500 shares on one of AJ's calls. All right. I want to do 250 shares. I want to make $500 to $1,000. Okay. So I've already told you, and I want you to listen to this for a second, the reasoning. If I told you yesterday that Durham was going to do an offering, all right, and then they end up doing one after the bell, they announced 110 million. Don't you think you would have enough trust in me at that moment? At that moment, do you think you would have enough trust in me to say, whatever you say to the next day, if you predicted that, my God, are you kidding me? You just tell me what the stock's going to do today. You have my trust. Okay. Well, today, now that we know the offering price, I also predict that the stock will come down to 12 and go to 14, possibly 15 today. Do you realize what I just said? You didn't need to trade any stock today all day. You didn't need to look at anything, not a NEO, not a Boeing, not an EW. Just stop. Okay? You are paying good money to be in a room with somebody that understands these stocks better than you. At some point, you're going to have to trust that judgment and go for it and feel what it's like to make money. Okay? So in this stock, it was one of the first things I wrote today. Again, I start from the bottom, right? So if you look, I started and I said, Derm, 110 million offering, like I said yesterday they would do. Citi upgraded stock to 20. Any pull at the open to $12 and under, go long and take it to 14. Do you see that? Then it will top off. And if this pulls even more at the open, don't worry, but look for 12 and under and take it to 14. Imagine the knowledge and the years of experience it takes to be able to put out a call like that. Think for a moment. The kind of trader you're trading with. Now, is your room going to offer this? Absolutely not. They haven't been around the block. They're still babies. They've been trading 2 or 3 years and they're just taking your sub money pretending they know more. They might be good traders. They might be great technical traders, but they're youngies. They're kids. You know, they don't know enough. They're still learning the game. They are not going to put out a call like this unless they copy and paste their notes. If you ask them point blank, how did you come up with that? They wouldn't know what to say. All right. So my point is, if you trust the process, and I tell you it's going to go 12 and under and go long to 14, trust me when I tell you. Okay. Now let's take the trade. Ding, 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 ding. Here's the stock. Guess what happened? Stock pulled to 12 and under. There's the 12 and under. 1181 was bottom. Go long, and voila. Now I want you to count. 13, 14. 250 shares, 5,000 buying power, $500. 500 shares, 60,000 buying power. Oh, I'm sorry, no. 500 shares, 6,000 buying power, correct? Right? At 12, $1,000. 1,000 shares at $12, 12,000 buying power, $2,000. You see that? Being in the right room, the right environment, and the fact that I had this and the offering was already set, and look what we called out. That's trading at a whole nother world. Okay? That's just derm. I want you to see today, I'll just mention this one, TYHT. Okay? Now this one got some, I think they want to do some cannabis, kind of marijuana. They want to get in the business. So this morning, it had a nice run. Obviously, you have to know that whenever you get positive news on something like this, on a penny stock, it's like the Bitcoins of the world. And but last year we used to have stocks pop like OSTK and on platforms for, I forgot that thing, not Bitcoin, but it's the other thing. And they just moved, even though they really had no, really any money income or anything. They're just throwing out, hey, we're going to go into this kind of business. And so for this, it already had made a move in pre-market through retail. There were no funds buying this. You could just sell retail buyers, 10,000 shares, 1,300 shares, just retail, just popping it up. Market makers were just kind of walking it up. But for me as a trader, I felt the stock would come down off the 2 to 180 and it would come down to $1. And I still think it'll come down to $1. I would not long the stock. I just think it comes to 1 and drops. They'll probably try to do an offering, a small one. But for me as a short seller that loves these kind of shorts, I mean, I play long and short, but this one really had my interest because I really couldn't find that big short that I wanted to nail people for. But this one, I kind of made it very clear to everyone in the room the stock should come down to about $1. And I said I would like to see a sell off to $1. So any pop at the open, take it to 2. If it pulls to 1 and under, go ahead and take it long. But it didn't. It just kind of faded from 180 to 2. So that was a really nice one. Then I want to show you a couple of our number one picks. All right, CRBB. Now Oppenheimer put a crazy amount of $28 on a $6 stock. To me, this is a swing idea. Okay, I like it as a swing trade. I would nibble long at 750, add on any dips, and I'd like to try to, over time, get the stock to 950 to 10 by Friday. So that's the goal. Nice little swing trade, and I felt very strong that the stock will make a decent move. So all I needed to do was fill the gap from yesterday or get close to it, nibble long. It's got a big price target, $28 range. Stock had popped here, just trying to fill some of this. 750 long, add on dips, and it hit 781, and I think it just kind of continues to leg up over time. So not a really great range play, but enough to put it on our list so people can buy swing. I also have another swing idea, NEO. To me, NEO is too predictable and too easy to understand. And yesterday was a clear buying opportunity at below 550. The room just shouted out when it pulled, and we were long. We just added to our positions. Some of us are long at 557. Some of us are long at 585. Some of us are long at 6. I think my son is long at 603 on his average. And again, the whole reason why we're doing this is because Neo has a tendency, when you buy on weakness, right before each earnings, the stock makes a solid move to the upside. And so, I mean, just look at the earnings each time. This one did, I think it hit 734. The other earnings hit 1050. And so we're buying the bottom again, and we're going to try to get, I think we can get 8, maybe 9 on the next one. So we have to wait about a month or two to get our money, but who knows? We might get a big buyer in here that's going to go along with us and take it all the way to 10. So I love Neo, traded for many years. I understand the stock. It's pretty basic, easy for me. The next stock that we had on our list was a company called Eurov. Now this one is a little crazy, but if you in our chat room, you understand phase 3, and also I want you to look on a 10-day chart on this URIV here. I want you to see. Hold on, I want to show it to you. 20 days. There it is. You see the last 20 days. You see how they bought it up? There was basically, it was kind of common knowledge that their phase 3 was going to probably turn out okay. And so friends and family started picking this up. Not big funds, because then they would get in trouble, but friends and family were picking it up. How do I know? I look at the volume. 2000, 27, 27. These are people when I'm not going to say who, but, casual conversation. Yeah, we should get phase 3 approval. Yeah, we should get phase 3 approval. Oh, okay, I'll pick up 1,200 shares. We should get phase 3 approval. Yeah, we should get phase 3. See little buys? 27,000, 1,900, da, da, da. When do you think you get your approval? Maybe in a week, 2 weeks. Yeah, 3,000 shares. Oh, yeah, I'll pick up 4,000 shares. No, I'll pick up 2,000. See? So they bought it over 20 days. All of a sudden, the phase 3 approval comes, and the stock hits 17 from 11. What do you think these people are going to do? What is the very first thing they're going to do as a unit when they're staring at 17 with what is that, 5,000 shares? That's what they wake up and they're up $30,000. What do you think they're going to do? Nothing. Probably nothing. Yeah, they'll probably just wait till it goes to 30. Yeah, not in the stock world. The first thing they're going to do is cash, and they want to cash. Now look at the cash: 1,800, 2,100, 2,500, 30,000. There's no buyers. 4,000. The same people that bought the stock are the same people dumping the stock. So for me as a trader, I see this. I know that's going on. I'm not stupid. So the first thing I do is okay, wait for the bottom, 10 and under, go long. I think we could bounce at 2 points because I think shorts will want to cover anyway, right? So I waited and I waited and I waited, and it pulled. Now the spreads were wide open, about 30, 40 cents, but I didn't care. I nailed this right here, $9.92, $9.92. I tried to get here, but there's no way I could get a fill down here. I market ordered, hit it, and I want you to see what happened in 90 seconds. Whoop! That was the quickest point plus I've ever made. Jesus. I was screaming. I was so happy. I just waited. I literally was like a shark. I announced the room. I'm long in it. Here I go. And some people got right here at 10, and they hit it. And the stock went actually all the way up to $12 a share. It was a really excellent play. And once we did that, we were done with it. It was over. Next. So the other stock that we did today was a company called Rev. I don't know if you're familiar with Rev, but we have traded it many times. It's a very, very thin stock, and it's a stock, a lot of times you can't even get shorts on it. But I nailed this call so good, and that's because I understood the stock. I understood it. I want you to understand what I'm saying when I understand something. I understood that this stock had a lot of shorts in it. Okay, and I want you to see the last 10 days. You see the shorts? You see how they piled in over 10 days? I mean, some of them got squeezed up because they were trying to get their best amount. Some people got lucky. I mean, they got 20. Everybody was banking that Rev was going to mess. All right, and Rev isn't like this big. Revlon is, 9 times out of 10 they're going to miss. I never like to play it into earnings. I like to play the next day's event because I can predict the stock. I am so good at what I do that I can actually predict the movement of this stock before it even hits. So I want you to see my call this morning on Rev before I even show you the chart. Rev, right here, earnings miss. All right, gapping 2. I would go long here to 1750, room to 18, and blast off. And it should hit 18 to 1850 right out of the gate. You're going to get some short covering, and then you can fade the stock. If this pulls even an ounce to 1650, right here, from 1750, oh my gosh, just long it because the stock's going to pop. But for the most part, I want everyone to go long 1750. So I want you to understand what I'm doing here. I'm telling you this stock is going to pop a point and a half. I'm already telling you it's done. It's done. I'm telling you your entry. And then I'm explaining to you why it's going to pop. And see, I want you to understand this. As a day trader, if you understand this kind of move, I want you to think for a moment how much money you can make. You know, everybody says, you see a guy, he puts a note out, hey, this should go here, and then it goes there. And you think to yourself, how the hell did you know that? Then you see another Twitter, and some guy says, this should fall down here. And you think to yourself, well, how did you know that? But when you come in here, could you imagine for a second if I alerted Twitter, the Rev trade? Traders, I'm going to go long 1750. The stock's going to hit about 1850 to 19 at the open. Then I'm going to sell it and then dump it and short it. How many fans do you think I'd have on Twitter just that one alone? Okay, but why am I going to give this for free? I don't work for free. Okay, I know my worth, and I know that if you paid 197 to be in my room, I know that I can make you your money in a blink. That's who the fuck I am. Okay, I'm AJ Trader. So long the damn thing at 1750. We'll argue later when you got your cash. Okay, fair enough. Because I'm going to get you 1 to 1.5 points. All right, AJ. Fuck it. Let's do it. All right, get in here. Ready? All right, so let's go. And we're going to do this together now. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, shit, there's 1750. Market order. What'd you get your field? I got 1762. 1780, 1790. AJ, I got 18. I got 1774. Great. Now sit tight. Wait 30 seconds. Zoop. How about $19? So if you took $500, 500 shares, you made $500. 90 seconds. If you took 1,000, you made $1,000. You just sell on the pop. Why? Because the shorts wanted to cover. And then you could short it right back down. If you could find the shorts, the stock came all the way back down to 18 and found bottom. See how simple that was? Textbook. Now, did your room offer that? You fucking kidding me? Why would they? They're not going to give you something like this. They don't even know what Rev is. You know? Most of them just have no clue. I'll give you another one. SYNH. Now, this was an earnings win, right? It was gapping up quite a bit. But I read the report. And the report told me, like, you don't want to short this stock because the stock is not going to gap fill. But the stock is sitting at, I believe it was sitting at this morning right here at 51. So I did tell traders, listen, the stock is going to pop to 53. How do I know that? 16 years of trading. I understand the stock. I read the report. And so I made the decision that the stock would pop at 53 at the open, scale in short, and take it down about 2 to 3 points to the downside, then go long. That was the call. And it took me literally, after I read the report, it took me 2 seconds to decide where it was going to go. Just by looking at 51.50 here. You don't believe me? I wrote it live in the room, right here. Ready? SYNH. Stock gapping up 3. I would pop this to $53. This pops it open to 53, scale in short, try to take it down to 48.50 if we can. If it pulls at the open, 48.50, right around there, go long. But in my opinion, if it hits 53, the stock will top off and give you about 3 to 4 points to the downside and then go long. I did not say this would gap fill. I just simply said if it hits 53, let it set up and show you, and it's going to come down 3 points. You don't believe me? Okay, watch. Ready? This isn't magic, okay? This is knowing the move before the move. Ding, 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 ding. 53. Scale in short. 250, 300 shares. Take it down. How many points did I say? How many points did I say? What does it say? AJ, you said 3 points. 3 to 4. Okay, let's do it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. $50. 1, 2, 3. How fucking hard was that? Then go long. Did your room do that? Did your room give you the actual entry, exit, and where to go long? Did your room tell you why? No. Your room doesn't even trade this. They're back in the bus. Like I said, when I sneeze, they got my Kleenex. They're waiting for me to blow my nose. And then they're going to keep my handkerchief. Why? Because they need us. They can't survive without awesome calls. Check out their trades today. And watch how many were ours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 more. I'm going to give you a trade that you probably will never trade in your life unless you're in this room. It's called Domino's Pizza. Most of you just eat the pizza. You don't eat trade stock. Well, tonight, Domino's, I could buy a year's supply with what they did for me today. This was the most easiest fucking trade in the world. I traded this 3 times today. Easiest? Let me explain that. Easiest fucking trade in the world. That's right. That's what I said. So while you're eating the pizza, I'm trading the stock. Okay? This was so easy to trade. It was so predictable. How did I know? Let's take a look. Why is it up? Remember now? Got a gap up. It closed at 245. It's sitting at 250. Why is it up? I don't know. My room doesn't trade this. They're stupid. So we don't even look at trades like this. I think they meant that it wasn't a pizza company, but like Domino's. Oh my gosh. Somebody help them. Throw them a lifeline. Okay? So you're gapping up. Why are you gapping up? Why the fuck is this up? Well, let's do our homework. Domino's Pizza. Punch up on scan. Domino's Pizza. All right? Here's the 19th. Oh, shit. We got an overweight at JP Morgan. It's an upgrade. Damn. Price target 270. Yeah, that would do it. Closed at 243. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah. Okay. I love it. AJ, how do you trade it? It's at 250. Do we go along at the open because it says 270? What? You slap your face. Are you kidding me? No, we're going to short the stock. But AJ, it's a 270 price target. The stock's 250. Why are you shorting the stock? Are you crazy? No, I'm just smart. Okay? All right? I'm a smart trader. That's why it's called Awesome Calls. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If the stock's sitting at 250, I'm going to take it down to 245 and go long, go back up to 250. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Then get the fuck out of my room. I don't care. But for me as a trader, I'm going to take that sucker down to 245 and go long. All right? And that's what I wrote in notes. Right here. Domino's Pizza. Number 10 pick. I want to go to 245 and go long. You see that? It's not magic. You see why I won't give trades like this for free? I don't fucking work for free. All right? You're trading with a pro. Step up to the plate and pay him to make you money. You don't want to take the trade? Then watch him make money while you're standing there watching me. All right? I told you. It's gapping up 7. I'm going to take this thing down to 245 and I'm going to long it off a curl and I'm going to slam it. I'm going to get paid. 250, 300 shares. Who gives a shit? You want to see it now? Here's the short. AJ, I want to short this. Where should I cover? 245. Ding, 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 ding. Boom. 2 minutes, 245. Hello. Didn't I just tell you it was going to go to 245? Right? So you just made 200 shares, 6 points. What'd you do? 5 points. You made 1250 in a minute. Oh, well, I couldn't find shorts, AJ. Okay, we'll go long at 245. So you're telling me, AJ, if I buy 250 shares right now at $245, it won't go any lower, and it's going to go up to back up to 250? Absolutely, because it's going to curl right around and go right back up to where it was. You're so full of shit, but okay, if you think so. Ready? Whoop, whoop. And guess where it went? Filled the gap right back up and stopped. So you would have made what? 5 to the down and 5 to the up. 10 points one trade. Now, don't you wish you could have took that trade? I bet you all do. All right, I am going to give you one more for today. And then we can shut this off. EW, 191 and under. What is PAGS? PAGS Stone was 44, then short it 3 to 5. Yeah, I want to give you Stone. Okay, this one is this one you just got to get in my head because this is just really good trading. This is a quality trade. Okay, now we're gapping up on a huge earning beat, and I can't even tell you. When I read the report, it blew my head. I'm like, Jesus! And there was only 2 analysts on this stock. But let me tell you something. This had a big, huge beat. So I predicted even with 9 points up at 43, the stock was going to hit 44 at the open. It was going to pop to 44, and then I was going to take it down about 5 points to the downside, and then I was going to go right back up. So the stock was going to hit around 39. It was not going to fill the gap. There's no way this would fill the gap. And you don't even breathe. It will fill the gap. It won't. Not on this. This was a huge beat. So I want you to understand something. It has taken me a long, 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 long time to be able to make a call like this. I know you're looking at Stone like, what is Stone? Who gives a shit about Stone? Let me tell you something. From a trader standpoint, from what I do for a living, this elevated who I was today. A lot of you don't know that, but this was a rewarding call for me. This was a very rewarding. This showed me that I have really improved my game because I didn't understand this stuff as good as I do now years ago. And today I could put this out so solid, knowing even with 9 points, the old me probably would have said short now, and if it pops, it shouldn't shake you out. See, that's such a lame thing. I don't do that anymore. I know that if this has solid earnings, we're going to pop it. And we're going to pop it about to 44. We're going to pop it another 2 more points on top of the 9. And then I'm going to take it down 5 points. You want to see it? Okay. You ready? It's so exciting. Watch this trade work out. Right in front of you. You ready? Okay. Stone. All right. Here's the gap. See how it's sitting at 40, what, 41, 42, 43 right here, pre-market? Look at that. You could have took it. And I told you it was going to go to 44 at the open. So imagine for a second. You're here in pre-market. AJ said, shit, I could go 41, 45 right now. And he said 44. Shit, I'll make 2, 3 points. Yes, you will. And I'm writing this right around here in pre-market, right here. This is me writing right here. Look at the timeline. And like sure as shit, ding, 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 44 at the open. You see that? Now, here comes to see how good you are. You ready to see how good you are? Now count it. 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $39. Between 3 to 5 points to the downside. Just almost cleared 5. Then long it. Right back up. Isn't that beautiful? I didn't call this with gap fill. You can't. You're not going to gap fill this. All right? The best you're going to do is what I just gave you. Maybe 5 points to the downside. That's it after the initial pop because the earnings were so good. You have to do your homework. You have to open your eyes. You have to study this stuff. You got to marry this stuff. So it's in you. When you think, you bleed stocks. Because the more you understand the move, the more size you do. There are traders every day that are making 10, 20, 40, $50,000. They don't trade with 1,000 shares. They just say, fuck that shit. Damn. Up, down, 6,000 shares short. Slam it, 3 points, 18 grand. Done for the day. See you tomorrow. That's how they trade. It's not a home run for them. This is just basic. If we're playing with 500 or 1,000 shares, they're running 5,000 shares. I mean, look at the fills on here. That's 175,000. Somebody shorted 25,000 shares right here at 175. Imagine that guy. Oh, he just made 75 grand. What's the difference between 100 and 20,000? The difference is your bank account. if the trader knows where the stock's going to go, so why not take 25,000 shares short, slam it down 3 points, make 75 for the day, versus 200 shares short, make 600. See the difference? The more you understand the trade, the more size you take, the more money you will make. And this is trading. Okay? So today we're going to do DERM, TYHT, UROV, REV, SYNH, Domino's Pizza, and Stone. I hope today you got to learn a lot. I hope that this helped you a lot. I just wanted to congratulate Awesome Calls Trading and Dark Side. Dark Side, thank you so much. And we are now over 1,000 members in. We have 1,015 and growing. Our next stop at this point is 1,500, and then we're going to go after 2,000. But not bad for a month and a half's work, I would have to say. Talk to traders. It's free. Go in there. Interact with them. Talk to them. How did they make their trades? What they did wrong or right? And Discord is there. Just sign up, and Darkside will take care of you. Also, he does put in my webinars, recaps in there. He's got a whole wealth of knowledge in there. And, of course, you got all the great mods that go in there. This room is not for me. I will never go in there. Okay, it's for Darkside, it's for the mods, it's for Janny, for the great people, Brad, Fire, Dave the Trader, a community of traders, Noel, Danny, Joel, Leanna. It's for them. All right, I do enough talking. I'm here a lot. You don't need it for me to go in there. You talk about me, you talk about what you want, love me, like me, whatever. Just handle your business in there and get into the room. Okay, it's a place to learn and where traders can talk to one another, and that's why it's there for you. And you can listen to any of my 100 webinars right here. I'm archived here on Awesome Calls Trading. We started this about January, and I'm hoping to have maybe over 500 of these, and maybe 10,000 people subscribing. So, but got to walk before we run. And you can always follow me on AJ Trader 7 on my Twitter feed. Okay. So, and if you want to join the room, be a part of us tomorrow, just click right here, pre-market plan, or any of our links, and join us for a day is 25, a week is 100, and when you convert to a monthly, we send that money back, or you just come in for a monthly. And if you do, anyone that comes into the monthly, and I see you come in, make sure you tell me that you just came in, and I'll give you, next day when you're in, just tell me, hey, I just signed up for a month, and I'll give you how to trade the open for free. It's I think it's $199 or $200, something like that, but I'll give it to you for free. Okay. All right, traders, I want to thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. I'll do this all over again. I'll find you 12 solid ideas to pick from. Today I gave you, I think, what was it, 16? So 14 of these today. It's so funny now I'm starting to see, it's kind of humorous. I'm starting to see other chat rooms suggesting, oh, we give 10 to 15 ideas. Yeah, we do that too. I don't think anybody does what we do. And I think you can all see that. And people can try to emulate all they want, but at the end of the day, there's only one Awesome Calls Trading. All right? Look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.